Find out what is happening at the library, from virtual programming to fun new services. Hear recommendations on books, movies, TV shows, and so much more. This is In the Stacks at Mustang Library.
April is Citizen Science Month. Libraries, museums, schools, and individuals all over the world will be participating. Here at Scottsdale Public Library, we're celebrating too. But first, what exactly is citizen science, and why is it so important?
Did you know that people just like you are shaping science and their future through small but important actions? That's right. You don't need a lab coat. You don't need a science degree. We're not talking about kids' chemistry kits or build a rocket activities. We're talking about real science we can do together. How can I do that, you might be wondering? The answer is easy. Become a citizen scientist. Citizen science is all about people like you and me getting involved in things that matter to us, like the environment, our health, oceans, and even space. Science needs more eyes, ears, and perspectives than any single scientist possesses.
Together, we get to make discoveries. We can make a difference by making and sharing our observations, analyzing data, or even playing a game to solve a problem.
So how can I get involved? What are the next steps? You'll want to visit the scistarter.org page. This is a database that provides thousands of vetted searchable projects and events. You can use the advanced search tool to filter for the best location, topic, interests, and more. The idea behind the projects is that anyone anywhere can participate in meaningful scientific research. You can find thousands of projects that may interest you on the Citizen Science Project Finder. All you need to do is create a scistarter.org account to track your progress, receive personalized recommendations, learn about local events, and connect with a project scientist and other citizen science. Scottsdale Public Library is currently participating and doing a project to help celebrate Earth Day. Find out how you too can be a citizen scientist doing this project.
Hi, my name is Cooper.
And I'm Clark.
And we're here to tell you about a special program going on at the Scottsdale Public Library in the month of April, which is Citizen Science Month. So this program is called the Stay Home Household Waste Audit. And it's very simple. You're just going to pick up a worksheet either at one of our libraries or at a drive-through window, or you can download it at home. And you're going to keep track of all the waste that your family generates in anywhere between 1 to 7 days. You get to pick. So first, you're going to keep some kind of container, box, whatever, for everything that can be recycled. And Clark, what are some things that can be recycled? Plastic, and glass, and even cardboard, things like cans. And then next, you can put that away. And we're also gonna keep track of anything that can be donated, like clothes that you outgrow, or things that require special recycling, like clean plastic film that might come in a package, or plastic grocery bags, things like that, that can be recycled, but they have to be specially recycled. And next, we're gonna keep track of everything we can compost. And what types of things can be composted? What do we compost?
Food scraps.
Food scraps, things like paper napkins.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, we're gonna make a container and that we'll put everything that has to go in the landfill, and that's stuff like single-use plastics, like plastic straws or plastic utensils, things like that. And at the end of your 1 to 7 days, however long you're doing this, you're gonna take each container and you're gonna weigh it if you have a scale. And whether or not you have a scale, you're gonna count how many items you have, and you just fill in on your chart what your numbers were. You can even take pictures if you want. So it's just kind of a fun way to be aware of how much waste we're creating and maybe find some ways to generate less. So pretty easy, pretty fun. And then you turn this little worksheet in either at one of your libraries, or you can take a photo of it and email it to info@scrapgallery.org. And thank you so much. We're so happy that you're going to participate with us in April. Bye.
Coming soon, Scottsdale libraries will have citizen science kits available for checkout. There is a range of topics and projects to choose from. Each kit will help you observe and investigate the world around you, and then share your findings. For example, let's see how we can take part in the Great Sunflower Project with our Choosing Pollinators Kit.
Did you know that there is a crisis facing pollinators, like birds, bats, butterflies, and especially bees? The Great Sunflower Project needs citizen scientists to identify where pollinators are doing well and where they are not. This is important because 1/3 of the food in the U.S. depends on pollinators. It's easy to help. Watch for pollinators on sunflowers or any other flowering plant. First, identify and count the flowers you are monitoring. Count the pollinators you see on the flowers and record the amount of time you watched. Upload your results on a computer or smartphone. Join the thousands of other volunteers across the country who are part of the Great Sunflower Project. You can make a difference.
Within the Observing Pollinators Kit, you will find instructions, reference materials that will help you identify pollinators and plants, binoculars for observing from a safe distance, a stopwatch, a data sheet and field book to record observations, and sunflower seeds so you can help encourage pollinators in your area. So with all of this new information, where's the best place to begin? First, stop by your Scottsdale library to check out a citizen science kit with your library card. Each kit has an activity guide and any special tools you will need to complete the project. Next, celebrate Earth Day. Try the stay-at-home household waste audit in April. Pick up an activity sheet, track and record the waste you accumulate, and share your results by returning your tracking sheet to the library or submit it to the Scrap Gallery website. Finally, create a Sci-Starter account online to track your project participation, discover new projects, and connect with the wider citizen science community. Visit us in April and celebrate citizen science. This project is supported by the Arizona State Library Archives and Public Records, a division of the Secretary of State with federal funds from the Institute of Museum and Library Services.
And now it's time for a book review.
Today's Goodreads staff review is for Recursion by Blake Crouch. I think it was yesterday, but maybe it was the day before. My memory is kind of hazy, but I got to meet the author, Blake Crouch. I told him that I thought his book Recursion was amazing. I had enjoyed Dark Matter so much that I didn't think it was possible for him to write another story that could compete. I was wrong. Just as I was going to tell him that he was a master of smart suspense, I got so flustered that I spilled my coffee onto my purse that was sitting just under our table. It was a complete mess. I tried to bend over to clean it up, but suddenly had this horrible headache. When I sat up, I realized that I hadn't even left my house, and I'd never actually ever met Blake Crouch, and all of this was a false memory. Today, I looked it up, and this book still exists. So I decided to write this review, uneasy, knowing that memory is suspect and reality is fluid. If you have ever had a haunting sense that things are different, altered somehow, or if you've ever had feeling that you might have forgotten something vital, or worse yet, knew that things would be better if only you could forget, you need to read this book. I highly recommend it. Thank you to Wendy for this fun Goodreads staff review. If you have already read and love this title, here are some read-alikes. 3 Laws Lethal by David Walton. In a near future New York City, where self-driving cars roam the city streets, rival entrepreneurs Brandon and Tyler compete to produce the smartest AIs, training them in a virtual game world to anticipate traffic and potential customers better than the competition. As the two rivals struggle to dominate the market, their personal enmity pushes them to attack each other's reputations, hack each other's cars, and develop ever more sophisticated algorithms to keep their customers safe. The result? Intelligent computers that excel at using all available data to determine which humans should live and which should die. Only Naomi, inventor of the virtual world in which the AIs train, recognizes that they are developing goals of their own, goals for which they are willing to kill. But will she stop them, or will she help her creations achieve their full potential? Agency by William Gibson. Verity Jane, gifted app whisperer, takes a job as the beta tester for a new product, a digital assistant accessed through a pair of ordinary-looking glasses. Eunice, the disarmingly human AI in the glasses, manifests a face, a fragmentary past, and a canny grasp of combat strategy. Realizing that her new, cryptic employers don't yet know how powerful and valuable Eunice is, Verity instinctively decides that it's best they don't. Meanwhile, a century ahead in London, in a different timeline entirely, Wolf Netherton works amid plutocrats and plunderers, survivors of the slow and steady apocalypse known as the jackpot. His boss, Ainsley Lowbeer, can look into alternate paths and nudge their ultimate directions. Verity and Eunice are her current project. Wolf can see what Verity and Eunice can't, their own version of the jackpot just around the corner, and the roles they may both play in it. The Sentient by Nadia Afifi. Amira Valdez is a brilliant neuroscientist trying to put her past on a religious compound behind her. But when she's assigned to a controversial cloning project, her dreams of working in space are placed in jeopardy. Using her talents as a reader of memories, Amira uncovers a conspiracy to stop the creation of the first human clone at all costs. As she unravels the mystery, Amira navigates a dangerous world populated by anti-cloning militants, scientists with hidden agendas, and a mysterious New Age movement. In the process, Amira uncovers an even darker secret, one that forces her to confront her own past. All of these titles can be found in our catalog at scottsdalelibrary.org. If you are looking for more reviews, you can visit our page on Goodreads under Scottsdale Public Library. And that's a wrap on this week's edition of In the Stacks. Tune in next Tuesday at 1 p.m. for Get Lit at Civic Center Library. We'll be back again in 2 weeks to talk about books and more at Mustang Library. Thanks for watching!